In this video, we've compiled Undercover Boss's most disturbing moments. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 3. Dinah Dwyer Owens of the Dwyer Group.
Dinah Dwyer Owens, and I'm the chairwoman and CEO of the Dwyer Group. So why don't we kick off with our code of values? We live our code of values by treating others as we'd like to be treated. The Dwyer Group has always had a code of values, and it started with my father's vision. Basically, it's 4 categories: respect, integrity, customer focus, and one of my favorites. We live our code of values by having fun in the process. I think going undercover now is really important for a couple of reasons. Have the code of values really penetrated the front line to the degree that I think they have. So I think we always have to be looking for what can we do even better. Bye, Mom. Bye, sweetie. And the people who can tell us that and help us with that are the people out there, face-to-face with the customer.
Dinah Dwyer Owens, chairwoman and CEO of the Dwyer Group, an $800 million company with over 10,000 employees, goes undercover as a trainee named Faith Brown. Her goal? To see if the company's values still exist on the front lines.
Today I'm in Roswell, Georgia, and I'm going to be a plumber. We have a franchise owner here who's done an incredible job building his business. So I really want to see how the best of the best is doing it.
My name's Wayne Huff.
Faith Brown.
Faith Brown, nice to meet you. You ready to go?
Yes.
Here, I'm gonna give you this. This is like the most important thing for us to learn. 14 points. We're supposed to follow those step by step.
Each one of our brands has what we call frontline steps, which is kind of the A to Z of how we want to approach the customer to how we want to leave their home. So the idea is that if you're a customer who happens to be in Waco, Texas, you should have the same experience that you would in LA.
Hey, how are you?
All right, I'm Wayne, Mr. Reuter.
Paul Gwynn.
Paul, nice to meet you.
And I'm Faith.
This is
I'm a
Faith.
trainee.
Some booties, ma'am.
How long will this take?
That's about a 3-hour job. Because we're gonna have to drain this water heater and cut it loose so that we can get the new one. You wanna hook your garden hose, take the channel locks and try to tighten that thing up on the...
This is the channel lock.
Yes, ma'am.
The guys make the tools look so easy. You know, without his instruction, I wasn't sure, what level I should put the, I think it was called a wrench or I can't remember the name.
But now if you can't handle it, just
I got it. Thank you.
don't be shy. I like you even more and more. If nothing else, you ain't scared to try. And I think it's interesting that a woman would want to get into the plumbing industry. If they can handle it, more power to them. A lot of that stuff is not Mr. Reuter. Like with every job, every company you work at, there's things you like, things you don't like.
At first, the work was tough, like plumbing, repairs, and long hours. But then, a trusted technician quietly admits something shocking.
We're paid on commission. You go to the office, say, hey, y'all said you weren't gonna take my material out. The accountant would say, well, that's the way it's supposed to be, and no. You expect you made $1,000 this week, you get your check and it's $500. The next week, get my check, same thing. If I expect my check to be $1,000 and it's $500, and this went on for 8 weeks straight. Every week when payday, at least 2 guys are back there raising Cain about their paychecks. They had a guy who worked 60 hours. When they gave him his paycheck, he owed them $21.20.
That's ridiculous.
How does that happen? Somebody's got to explain some things to me. I got a family I'm trying to take care of. I'm expecting a $400 or $500 paycheck and it's $60. I don't know that something shady's not going on.
Just stirred my stomach up. I don't want anybody to use the word shady when they think about us. It's very frustrating to me to see here's a guy worried. He needs to be able to take care of his family, not worry about whether his paycheck's right or not. And we need to make a correction here.
He says employees work 60 hours and still owe the company money. Paychecks are short and deductions unexplained. And then he says the word that changes everything. Something shady might be going on. For Dinah, that moment hits hard.
I want to buy a house right now. Most mortgage companies, you need to be on your job 2 years. But at the same time, I'm not afraid to lose my job because of something like that.
Can you excuse me for a second? I really would like to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Excuse me just a second. He was just revealing to me some of his frustrations with his job. It seems like there's a compensation issue. The guy doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for his opinion.
Can't fix anything if we don't know about it. So
Exactly.
It really helps to know that. And
So this is a great tech. We don't want to lose him. And we can't control everything a franchisee does. There's an independent relationship there, but we certainly want things to be done right. I need to make sure we get this fixed. Wayne, so how do you feel finding out that I'm not really Faith?
Well, I better start putting a resume together because I tend to tell the truth.
So I talked to Mary Thompson, who's actually the president of Mr. Reuter. And so we'll take care of all these compensation issues.
Well, thank you. Do I believe my paycheck will never be wrong again? We'll just have to wait and see.
Instead of ignoring it, the undercover boss takes responsibility. She steps in, fixes the system, and changes lives, proving the real problem wasn't the workers. Enjoyed this video? Click now to see the most brutal firings on Undercover Boss.